The Volquest 2-minute drill is brought to you by Food City, official tailgating headquarters of the Vols.
The Food City post-game 2-minute drill with Eric Kane. I'm Brent Hubbs. Tennessee falls to Oklahoma tonight, 33-27. And Eric, I mean, the bottom line with this one is it's all about the missed opportunities.
Too many missed opportunities. Tennessee moved the football really, really well in the first half. I mean, dominated pretty much every stat, time of possession, total yardage, and you throw 2 interceptions on the plus side of the 50. You had of course, the 71-yard strip sack, fumble recovery for a touchdown where Aguilar never had a chance. As soon as he came out play action, never saw the guy and just crushed him. But 2 interceptions he spoke on in there. One of those was they got him. Didn't even see the safety on one of those, and the other one he's kind of throwing off his back foot and taking a hit. But way too many opportunities that you let go to waste, and that defensive line created some pressure all night long. That the offensive line had a rough night.
Yeah, they did. They had a hard time dealing with the pressure. Joey Aguilar was under a lot of pressure all night long. He put up big yards and all those things, but the turnovers were catastrophic. They turned those. Oklahoma turned those into a lot of points. Defensively, in the first half, that's as good as Tennessee's played. I mean, they did everything right pretty much in the first half, given the circumstances they were put in.
No, they did, and they held Oklahoma 1 for 5 on third downs. Got off the field. Mateer was very ineffective. Felt like he couldn't really get anything going. I mean, that's as good as you've seen the Tennessee defense in terms of what you expected in that first half of play. In the second half, I thought Mateer got going a little bit, found the quarterback run, the third and 15 or whatever it was, where he gained 22 yards. That just can't happen. I mean,
but that's happened all year in Tennessee.
Exactly. But I mean, it just can't happen,
right.
though. I mean, like, there's no excuse for that to happen on third and long. You pick up 20 yards on the ground. So that felt bad. And then, of course, they made some plays. And you thought they were going to make some plays towards, as the game would go along a little bit. But it's unfortunate. Did the Tennessee defense play perfect? No. But you wasted a pretty good effort by your Tennessee defense, and that's the unfortunate part of this one.
Well, they played well enough in the first half for you to be in the lead when you enter the locker room, and Tennessee didn't get that done. I mean, they did offensively. They gave up too many points. Where do you think this team goes from here? I think that's we'll still talk about this game a lot more over the coming days. Obviously, Tennessee has an open date coming up, but where do you think this team goes from here now that we're in this world where the playoff rankings are going to come out? Tennessee's not going to be involved in that. They were a playoff team a year ago. Where do you think this team goes from here?
It's a good question. We don't have the answer to that right now. Again, we can say we like the leadership of this team, which I do. A lot of veteran players that are probably not going to play a lot more football after this year. So I think that, you're going to play hard for them and all that. Still, obviously, a chance to win 9 football games, and you'll go bowling somewhere. But you're right. You're not going to be in the college football playoff picture, barring some type of catastrophic just whirlwind over the next 3 or 4 weeks, which, I mean, it could happen. But you really got to rely on those seniors because, again, you're going into an off week where you just came off a tough loss. And then you got New Mexico State when you come back. And then you got to really get up to go to Florida on the road. I mean, you got to stay dialed in. But that's a challenge in this era of the college football playoff when essentially you're on the outside looking in to stay dialed in and locked in. And we'll see if Tennessee can do that.
Offensive line-wise, they're not trending in the right direction. Tennessee's not run the football well enough. And I know they put up some yards in the fourth quarter against Kentucky, but the first half rush totals in SEC play, aside from Arkansas, have not been very good. They've been a slow starting team when it comes to the run game. They've given up 9 sacks now in the last 3 games. What are you seeing out of that group? Where do they have to kind of right the ship, so to speak?
I think communication. I mean, last week at Kentucky, you saw Deshaun Bishop and Jesse Perry not communicate on a sack. Early in the first half, on the 71-yard scoop and scored, strip sack, whatever you want to call it, David Sanders was blocking the guy that Jesse Perry was blocking. And then a clean guy comes off the edge and just drills Joey Aguilar. A couple of the sacks, I thought Deshaun Bishop didn't hold his block long enough. I thought he picked it up but didn't hold his block. Just kind of getting beat. But I think a lot of that's communication. And again, you're in game 9. Maybe that has to do with some different variations of the offensive line. Sham played both guard spots at points in times in this football game. Perry's been all over the place. But, it's not been trending very well. And let's give Oklahoma is a good defense. They've got a good front 7. I mean, they got after it. It felt like Tennessee I felt like the run game was the dump-off passes, like an extension of the run game, because Tennessee couldn't run the football. But I do think communication has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I will say this for Oklahoma. Watching it on the field, they play physical, but everybody in this league plays physical.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's closing speed on defense is impressive. I mean, there's some things you think, hey, that's got a chance, and then it's closed up. Tennessee obviously hit some plays, they hit some vertical shots in the passing game, but there were a lot of times where you thought maybe there was something there, or hey, the dump down's going to get you, 20 or 18, and you look up and it's like they got 5.
Yeah,
they close really, really well on defense.
No, they do, and I noticed that in the first half. Just when you're trying to get to the edge in the ground game, and then it's like, oh, you got a little bit, and then they close in a hurry. I mean, there was just nowhere for Deshaun. Deshaun Bishop had that one gain of 15 or whatever on that first drive, and I mean that was it. Star Thomas, nothing doing. I thought Peyton Lewis ran physical, but it was just tough. Again, closing speed, very physical. Run lanes, they kept it. They were they were gap aligned and sound. Just nothing really going on in that regard.
Yeah, certainly. Tennessee falls at home in a night game against Oklahoma. Disappointing loss. Missed opportunity for Tennessee in a lot of ways, starting with the offense in the first half. Critical mistakes there costing them. Defensively, they had a much harder time in the second half. The result is Tennessee now has their 3rd loss of the season, an open date, and they got to regroup for 3 more to finish out the regular season. That's going to do it for this edition of the Food City post-game 2-minute drill. He's Eric Kane. I'm Brent Hubbs.